Hi, this is John, and we've been having a heat wave. They call it a heat dome. And much like with people and animals, you gotta take care of your plants too. Like, for instance, this here peas, they're in this here mesh grow bag, which is very good for helping keep things cool. The evaporation of the moisture along the sides there will help create a cooling effect that will help keep it cool. But peas just can't stand 90 and 100 degree days, day after day, even if you do give them 5 gallons, 10 gallons a day. So that's part of the thing about the seasons and gardening. You're best off just kind of sticking with what's really going to grow well for your season, and you try to learn and anticipate a little bit ahead. For instance, these beans are doing just fine now. They love heat as long as you give them plenty enough water, and they're partly shielded from the sun by other plants, so they're not too terribly getting hit by the sun. Strawberries really prefer temperatures a little bit in the cooler conditions, but these ones are making it through okay because we've got really thick mulch here. And when you go digging in, you see that it's nice and moist, and it'd be, it's not cool, but it's not what you'd call a steaming hot pile of dirt here. The mulch keeps things cool, and since the majority of the plant mass is underground, the cooling effect of the mulch and the soil is intensified, helps the plant through much better. I just planted some corn here a couple days ago, and it's going to be important that I keep it evenly moist on the soil surface for a while so they'll be able to at least germinate. We got a lot of mulch here, and there is the first corn coming out. So this heat will also cause a lot of your seeds to germinate much quicker than you would expect otherwise. Summertime plants love this heat. Make no mistake. If you're going to be planting tomatoes and corn, melons, okra, things like that, they are going to love this heat. And this is the prime time to get them going. If you have not gotten a summer garden started yet, get it started now, and you may have food coming through all the way till frost comes. Your tomatoes planted now will give you food all the way to frost if they're an indeterminate variety. And if you plant something like melons and you plant a new batch of them every few weeks, you can have melons right up until frost starts to kill things. This is also a good time to be planting your storage crops, like your winter squash, your pumpkins. They love to get started with a heat like this, and they'll grow really well. Here's my sad parsnips in the black pot. The plastic just got real hot on one of those hot days, and they didn't have enough shade from the tree here to keep them from getting burnt pretty bad. This is not good. The poor plants. And their parsnips in with some Russian mullein. This other parsnip type, same water and everything. They're doing okay. Now, one thing about this, see that soil? You can tell there's a little bit of moisture in there. These pots have to be watered every single day when it's hot like this. In fact, you might even consider giving them a spot of water twice a day. You might have some problems with tomatoes. Once temperatures are in the 90s day after day after day, they have a problem getting pollinated. I'm not sure whether it's just fewer insects pollinating or the pollen ain't working right, but these ones are making it through okay. They're in a grow bag. Grow bags, I highly recommend them actually. Here's some cucumbers I planted a week or so ago. You can see how quickly they're growing in this heat. You give them a good mulch that's going to keep the soil cooler and conserve the moisture. That's going to help a lot. You can also do things like put branches up or a shade cloth. But in the heat of summer, actually the easiest thing to do is just grow things that love the heat of summer. I mean, if the heat is hot, just make sure the ground's not dry and you can go ahead and grow a lot of stuff. I mean, these are cantaloupe and corn and they love heat. And as long as I keep giving them water, they're gonna be growing really well. And so they get a spot of water every day or two right now in this 90-degree heat. And we got these sunflowers. They like the heat too. They're growing pretty well. They're up around 4 feet tall, getting ready for their flower head here. And the other side of the fence there, we got potatoes growing. We got blueberries, and they're doing okay. They're getting through this heat okay as long as they stay moist and cool in the soil. They're gonna do better. Hi, Tony. Boner. Yo, Tony. He's a good cat. Now, if you got heat, grow stuff that loves heat. Grow watermelons, cantaloupes. These marigolds are good for helping the garden out overall. Get a grouping of plants in. Do succession planting, whereas one plant comes out, you got something else to pop into its place. Grow summertime fruits and vegetables in the summertime. This is the patch of corn I put in about 2 weeks ago. They're just starting to come up. Now, a couple days ago, I went ahead and put an okra in wherever there was a big patch of missing corn. And so we'll have okra going in here also. Okra is one of those things that really isn't going to grow well unless it's hot. It's not going to like to germinate well for you unless it's hot. It's not going to like to grow in the soil unless the soil is warm. So these are the right conditions to grow okra. Don't fight nature. Try to understand what the plant's needs and requirements are, and try to get to where you're gonna deal with that and be able to be helped by nature. Well, let's see, give him some privacy there. Hey, Tony. Oh, good cat. He was named after Tony the tiger. We found him in a litter where the mother had died, and there were just 2 of the babies left alive, and they were so dehydrated and barely even able to move, but we force-fed them and brought them to life. So we got asparagus here. We got melons. These are the things you should be trying to grow in the summertime, because it's summertime and they like heat. We got figs I just put in a couple days ago. They're in a wire basket so that the gophers can't get them as easy. That one there is Violet de Bourgeois. We got a melon here and another fig. This is the mission fig, mission fig, la fig de mission. And this one is Desert King. It's one of the better figs for hot weather areas. And we got another melon over there. Now, see how well the asparagus is doing? And this one here is, well, getting close to 6 feet tall now. Only planted a couple months ago. So that is the trick. Keep the soil moisture level right, and now and then dig in. That's rice from the rice hulls I was using. Look at this here. I mean, yeah, you know plants are gonna dig this. This is what plants need on a hot day. When you got a heat dome coming around the country, the plants are gonna party. As long as you give them the drinks they want to have with the little tiny umbrellas on top. Let them think that they're just having a great beach party and it's a summertime vacation for them. You serve them. Bring them the stuff they want to have. They want to have the best food. They're on vacation. They want to have the best kind of moisture and drinks. They want everything brought to them. They want to sit around and do nothing but soak up all the goodness that the land has to offer, and you can give it to them. You just make sure you do stuff like keep the soil evenly moist. Do not let it dry out. Do everything you can through the years, because it takes time to build a soil. Do everything you can through the years to put nutrients in there and organic biomass that is going to turn into humus. You've got to turn this into a great big giant sponge, just sucking up all of the water and then releasing it to the plant roots when the plants need it. And if you have to give them a little shelter with a little cloth, shade cloth, put up an umbrella, cut some brush and lean it up, or stick it in the ground to hold it up, shield your plants. Once we get through this here heat dome time, then they're gonna have experienced a great burst of energy and strength. Take advantage of this heat. Let your plants have the greatest time of their life. And you're gonna go ahead and just dig this too, because you're gonna have a lot of good food to eat from it. And remember, folks, take care of your neighbors. We'll see you around, and have a good garden.